Power. It is one of the most desired and misunderstood forces in human life. Some chase it openly, others pretend they don't want it. But whether in business, relationships, or society, power quietly shapes everything. In The 48 Laws of Power, author Robert Greene reveals timeless strategies used by kings, leaders, and influential figures throughout history. This is not a book about morality. It's a book about reality, about how power actually works. Now, let's go through all 48 laws of power, one by one. Law 1. Never outshine the master. Always make those above you feel superior. If you outshine them, you create insecurity and danger for yourself. Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends. Friends can betray easily. Former enemies, once converted, often prove more loyal. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. Keep people guessing. When they don't know your plans, they can't stop you. Law 4. Always say less than necessary. Silence creates mystery and power. The more you say, the more you reveal. Law 5. So much depends on reputation. Your reputation is your strongest asset. Protect it at all costs. Law 6. Court attention at all costs. Visibility brings power. If people don't notice you, you lose influence. Law 7. Get others to do the work, but take the credit. Use the efforts of others to advance yourself while maintaining control of the outcome. Law 8. Make others come to you. Control the situation by making others chase you, not the other way around. Law 9. Win through actions, never through argument. Actions prove power. Arguments only create resistance. Law 10. Infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. Stay away from negative people. Their mindset can affect your success. Law 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you. The more others rely on you, the more control you have. Law 12. Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm. A small act of honesty or kindness can build trust and lower defenses. Law 13. When asking for help, appeal to self-interest. Show people how helping you benefits them. Law 14. Pose as a friend, work as a spy. Observe and gather information. Knowledge is power. Law 15. Crush your enemy totally. Leave no chance for your enemy to recover. Law 16. Use absence to increase respect and honor. Too much presence lowers value. Absence increases demand. Law 17. Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate unpredictability. Unpredictability keeps people cautious and gives you control. Law 18. Do not build fortresses to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. Stay connected to the world. Law 19. Know who you're dealing with. Understand people before acting. Offending the wrong person can be costly. Law 20. Do not commit to anyone. Stay independent. Commitment limits your options. Law 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. Appear less intelligent to gain advantage through underestimation. Law 22. Use the surrender tactic. Surrender when needed to gain time and strength. Law 23. Concentrate your forces. Focus your energy where it matters most. Law 24. Play the perfect courtier. Master charm, respect, and subtle influence. Law 25. Recreate yourself. Don't be fixed. Reinvent yourself to stay relevant and powerful. Law 26. Keep your hands clean. Avoid being directly associated with problems or mistakes. Law 27. Preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. Law 28. Enter action with boldness. Confidence and boldness often win over hesitation. Law 30.
Plan all the way to the end. Always think ahead and anticipate outcomes. Law 31. Make your accomplishments seem effortless. Hide your hard work. Let success appear natural. Law 32. Control the options. Give people choices that all benefit you. Law 33. Play to people's fantasies. People are drawn to dreams more than reality. Law 34. Discover each man's thumbscrew. Find people's weaknesses and use them strategically. Law 35. Be royal in your own fashion. Act confidently and others will treat you accordingly. Law 36. Master the art of timing. Right timing can make or break your success. Law 37. Disdain things you cannot have. Ignoring something reduces its power over you. Law 38. Think as you like, but behave like others. Blend in while thinking independently. Law 39. Stir up waters to catch fish. Create confusion and emotion to gain control. Law 40. Despise the free lunch. Nothing valuable comes without a cost. Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. Create your own identity instead of copying others. Law 42. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. Remove the leader and the group loses direction. Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. Win people emotionally and mentally. Law 44. Disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. Reflect others' behavior to confuse and control them. Law 45. Preach the need for change but never reform too much at once. Law 46. Never appear too perfect. Perfection creates envy and resistance. Law 47. Do not go past the mark you aimed for. Know when to stop. Overdoing can lead to failure. Law 48. Assume formlessness. Stay adaptable, flexible, and impossible to predict. Power is not about being ruthless. It's about awareness. These laws are tools. They can be used wisely or dangerously. The real power lies in understanding them so you can protect yourself, think strategically, and move through life with clarity. Because in the end, power doesn't belong to the strongest. It belongs to those who understand how it works.